Page 52, the theme from the London Symphony by Haydn. At the top of the page, they're introducing you to the 5/7 chord. Things are getting heavier and heavier. If you've been confused about all this, really, you need to go back and review it. You need to have this straight in your head before we keep adding more stuff. Let's talk about the 5/7 chord. There's two parts to this. There's a 5 and there's a 7. We'll take them one at a time here. You already know, so you C major, all the white keys. You already know that each step of the scale is numbered. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, blah, blah, so forth. You already know that like a 1 chord, we've had that, is built on the first step. It's also called a tonic. We've had that. We got that covered. Well, guess where the 5 chord is built on? Yeah, the 5th step. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's built on the 5th step, or the dominant. It's also known as the dominant chord. The 5 chord, and you add the little 7 on it, the 5/7, then it's known as the dominant 7 chord. You hear dominant 7th a lot. It's used. It's an important chord. We simply start there on that step and we build our chord. That's a dominant chord. In the key of C. A different key would have a different dominant chord. And that's pretty much it. It's not that complicated. Let's add the 7th. What we're going to do is we're going to add one more note to the chord up here. So each time we add a note, we just skip a note and going up. Stay within C major, just the white keys. That is a dominant 7 chord, or a 5/7 chord. It's got 4 notes in it. It's not a triad anymore because it's got 4 notes in it. There's a couple triads in it, but that's it. You don't have to use all the notes. Like in a C chord down here, sometimes we leave out the middle note. Shouldn't, but we do. Still, it's harder to identify what the chord is if there's just 2. Or maybe we just use these 2. But if we only use these 2, how do we know that's a C chord? Because that could be here, it could be here, it could be other chords. So the point is, you don't have to use all the notes in a chord all the time. So in a dominant 7th chord, right now, in this piece, if you look down it, they're only using the F and the G, the top and bottom, are the only notes they're using. And just to make it more interesting, let's go back to the C chord. I can turn these over. The important thing is I'm playing these note names, the C, the E, and the G. I can play them wherever. I can play a C here, and an E here, and a G here. That's still a 1 chord. It's still a tonic chord in the key of C. So it doesn't matter where the notes are, it's the note names that matter. C, E, and G. It's just easier to see them here in this arrangement. It needs to be in this arrangement to identify what the chord is anyway, because you need to know what the bottom note is. That identifies the chord. Well, so in here, I can rearrange this. I'm gonna go down here. I put the G on top. I got here. I can put the B on top here, or I can put the D on top here. If I put the F on top, I'm back to the original. I can do any of those. Hey, I'm good. And that's what we'll get more into that as time goes on. Just be aware it can be done. To identify the chord, you need to come back to this arrangement and figure out what the bottom note is. That tells you what the chord is. It's a G7. I've added the 7th. It's a dominant 7, a 5/7 in the key of C. Well, we're not using the 2 middle notes. So what they did is simply rearranged it and they put the G up here. Same thing. I mean, if I had them all, it'd be here. And in most cases, you'll see it either this way or this way. Either one. Sometimes you see them all. And sometimes you only get these 2. And that's what they're doing here. They're just using these 2. It's still a 5/7 chord, a dominant 7th chord in the key of C. And left hand here at the beginning, you see that F, G? We're in the key of C. That's a dominant 7th chord. I told you before I was talking about C chord and this other thing. I'll tell you later. Well, it's later. It's time. And that's it. We'll talk more about the chords. So it helps understand the music. And if you want to get into improvising or composing, you must understand this. It's important. Guitar players will understand it. They get this stuff all the time because they improvise a lot on this stuff. They didn't put in the Roman numerals in it. You can put it in if you want. Underneath the F and G, you just put in the capital V with a little 7 under that. And then the second measure under that chord, you put in a capital I for the Roman numeral 1. And you leave you only put them in when the chord changes. You don't put them in on every chord or every measure, just when the chord changes. So you wouldn't have another Roman numeral in this piece until the second line, first measure, when it goes back to a dominant 7 chord. You ought to put in a little V7 there, and then the next measure goes back to an I chord, 1 chord, and then that's it for the piece because it stays with a 1 chord from then on. That's how I wish they'd really put them in here so you could see them. Maybe they want you to, they do, they want you to write them in. Isn't that special? And that's the lecture on this thing. Let's play this over just to check the notes and the rhythms. It is repeated, so we're going to play it twice. Dynamics, the first line is medium soft. That's the first 2 measures, it's right hand. You can use wrist on this if you want, that's fine. And then the second 2 measures, it's all connected. It's all melody too. And then in the second line, now you're loud, that's the right hand, and the second line stays loud. So in the first 2 measures of each line, keep the left hand a little softer, and then the last measure of the second line, keep the left hand softer. We want to hear the C, the right hand. That's what we want to hear. Don't play them the same. Now at the top there it says with spirit. At the top of the piece where it is with spirit. It's not a speed, it's a style, and a lot of times that's fine. I'll talk more about tempos later. They don't always tell you how fast to go. They tell you the mood of the piece, and you figure out how fast to go. But with spirit, something about that is whatever you think with spirit is. It's close enough. Now in the play with me, as I said, I'm not doing the dynamics. I'm just doing notes and rhythms. We want to make sure you got the right notes and rhythms. And when we're playing chords like this, you have to listen very carefully. Are you really playing? Because you got more than one note to listen to. Are you playing it really all those notes? The same notes? Do you understand what I'm trying to say? Because I don't. I'll give us 4 counts. C position, here we go. 1, 2, ready, go. 3. Repeat. 4. 4, off.